welcome back to another video. Today we're going to be in Genesis chapter 4. Genesis chapter 4. And Adam knew Eve, his wife, and she conceived, and bore Cain, and said, I have gotten a man from the Lord. And she again bore his brother Abel, and Abel was a keeper of sheep, but Cain was a tiller of the ground. And in process of time, it came to pass that Cain brought of the fruit of the ground an offering unto the Lord, and Abel he also brought the firstlings of his flock and of the fat thereof. And the Lord had respect unto Abel and his offering. But unto Cain to his offering he had not respect, and Cain was very wroth, and his continuance fell. And the Lord said unto Cain, Why art thou wroth? And why is thy continuance falling? If thou doest well, shalt thou not be accepted? And if thou doest not well, sin lieth at the door, and unto thee shall be desire, and thou shalt rule over him. And Cain talked with Abel his brother, and it came to pass when they were in the field that Cain rose up against Abel his brother, and slew him. And the Lord said unto Cain, Where is Abel thy brother? And he said, I know not. Am I my brother's keeper? And he said, What hast thou done? The voice of your brother's blood crieth unto me from the ground, and now thou art cursed from the earth, which hath opened her mouth to receive thy brother's blood from thy hand. Then thou tillest the ground, it shall not hence yield unto thee her strength, a frondage, and a vagabond shall thou be in the earth. And Cain said unto the Lord, My punishment is greater than I can bear. Behold, thou hast driven me out this day from the hence of the earth, and from thy face shall I be hid, and shall not be frondage, and a vagabond in the earth. And it shall come to pass that everyone that findeth me shall slay me. And the Lord said unto him, Therefore whosoever slayeth Cain, vengeance shall be taken on him sevenfold. And the Lord set a mark upon Cain, lest any finding him shall kill him. And Cain went out from the presence of the Lord to dwell in the land of Nod, east of Eden. And Cain knew his wife, and she conceived and bore Enoch. And he built a city and called the name of the city after the name of his son. And unto Enoch he bore Irad, and Irad begot Methuselah, and Methuselah begot Methuselah, and Methuselah begot Lamech. I'm sorry. And Lamech took unto him 2 wives, and the name of one was Adah, and the name of the other was Zillah. And Adah bore Jubal, and his father was, he was the father of such as dwell in tents, and of such as have cattle. And his brother's name was Jubal. He was a father of all such as handled the harp and organ. And Zillah, she bore Tubal Cain, and instructor of every artificer in brass and iron. And the sister of Tubal Cain was Neema. And Lamech said unto his wives, Adah and Zillah, hear my voice, ye wives of Lamech, hearken unto my speech, for I had slain a man to my wanderings, and a young man to my hurt. If Cain shall be avenged 7-fold, truly Lamech 70 and 7-fold. And Adam knew his wife, and she bore a son, and called his name Seth. For God said, she hath appointed me another seed instead of Abel, whom Cain slew. And to Seth, to him also there was born a son, and he called his name Enos. And then began men to call upon the name of the Lord. Okay, after reading that, it was a lot. I'm not really good at names that much. As you could probably tell with some of the names in like verse 18 and all that. But this chapter was just telling, I think it like kind of is teaching us a lesson. And like you could say like all the Bible in general is teaching us a lesson, but I think the stories within the Bible can teach us individual lessons in greater of like the most important lesson about God and salvation and stuff like that. So I think with this story, it kind of focuses on jealousy. It could talk about other stuff, but that's what I'm thinking. Like it talked about jealousy because Cain was jealous that God accepted Abel's offering and not his, and he got really mad about that and killed him over it. And then like God just asks Abel, where's not Abel, but asks Cain, where is Abel after he kills him? And it wasn't that he didn't know where he was. He just wanted Cain to be honest about it. That's why he asked him. It's what I'm thinking. Because God knows, he was like where he is, but he wanted Cain to be honest about it. And even before Cain did that to his brother, God did, you can say, give him a warning about it, saying like sin will come to his doorstep and stuff like that. So he did. So you could say like God did say he needed to control his anger, or like watch what he's thinking or watch what he's doing. Otherwise, sin will come up while you realizing it until it's too late. And then at the end, like the last part of it, Lamech has 2 wives, and he tells them that he killed someone, but it doesn't, like, it says if Cain be avenged 7-fold, truly Lamech 70 and 7-fold in verse 24. So a lot of people, I read that verse because like a lot of people think like not Abel but Cain didn't actually die, because we just hear that Cain started, like, how the family, he started the city and named it after his son, but we don't hear if he died or if he's alive. And like there's this theory I heard a while back where like people think like Cain is still alive, just as like Bigfoot, because when God said you're gonna roam the earth, you're gonna wander the earth and all that, they just took it literally, like, and you may not believe that, you maybe do, I don't know. I just heard about that and I kind of thought it was interesting because I thought he died, but there's some people who think he's alive. And I also heard a while back that like some people that like in the book of Enoch, I believe it is, that it talks about his death, where like in the video it said like in the book of Enoch, Cain, like he died because a bunch of rocks fell on him because he used the rock to kill his brother Abel, and then a bunch of rocks fell on him as like divine judgment or something like that. So, but like, and then this is talk about like Lamech killing someone, and it brings up Cain for the last time in verse 24. But I do think this story is talking about more like jealousy, and like you shouldn't let like jealousy take over your life, or like envy, you can say, take over your life, because like, yeah, maybe like your thing isn't really good as like someone else's in whatever it is, but like it's not worth it because you can easily just like get better. Cain could have just gotten better with his sacrifices and been more genuine with it, but he decided to kill his brother instead. So like that's what I think, you know. Tell me what you guys think about this story in the comments, and I'll see you next time.